Hello everyone, welcome back to another video opening with my naked face once again. Today I'm doing a little bit of a chatty get ready with me. I don't know how chatty it's going to be, we're going to see what comes to mind, but I just felt like doing a real-time video showing my makeup, my kind of go-to makeup routine, just the look that I lean towards when I do my makeup. I'm going to a couple of events tonight, so it's been a while, there's a lot of new subscribers out there and I thought I would just update you guys on my current routine. I am getting a lot of questions about what's on my face, and I even put on this bright top for the summer that's in it. Oh, by the way, this video is not sponsored. Everything in here is products I've been using for a couple of months, or in some cases a couple of years. Also, I do apologize if you hear any New York City noises around the place or if the lighting's in and out. This isn't the kind of video where you're going to get blurry product shots, okay? It's not that kind of video. Okay, so it's so humid at the moment, so I'm not really doing much with my hair. I feel like every time I do my hair, it ends up being a waste of time. So I've washed it and I've prepped it for a bit of a slicked back look. This is my first time using L'Oreal Studio Line Mega Gel, so I'm hoping that it will keep the hold in my hair. I have very, very thick hair, about 5 ponytails worth of hair, so I'm hoping that this will, you know, give me a good hold on that, because I don't like my hair when I slick it back to be rock hard, but I also don't like it to be like flopping back down at the side. So if you guys have any recommendations for creams or gels that are good for like a slicked back style for thick hair, please let me know. Yeah, I don't really want to use heat in my hair at the moment, so the best time to use these gel kind of products is when your hair is still kind of damp, in my opinion, but that's usually the way that they recommend you to use it anyway. Just taking my Tangle teaser and like obviously shaping it. Just like it to be super slick around the ears, and this will like puff out, you know, over the next couple of minutes. It's probably not going to stay that uptight and perfect. Okay, I just went and put some hoops on because I feel like slicked back hair always looks better with some hoops. And also I always get questions about them, and I'm sorry, I just don't reply to people at this point because I'm just so tired of replying, but I've been getting a lot of questions about my jewellery and my accessories. My earrings are H&M. I wear a lot of H&M earrings. My moon is from Catbird NYC in Brooklyn. My star is from Missoma at Argento, and also my rings and necklace are Missoma from Argento, which is a jewellery store in Belfast and Dublin if you're back in Ireland. So yeah, they're all available online. Okay, so humidity levels are literally at nearly 100% here in New York, so I'm going to use the Bioderma Matte Control Shine Control Moisturizer, just a little bit on my T-zone because just the oiliness is real and I'm so not used to dealing with oily skin. So we're going to move on to my foundation, number 7 Stay Perfect Super Light Foundation. This is my all year round foundation. It's just super highlighty. It's water based, so it just looks super natural on the skin, and I'm using my darker shade just because I've noticed that my lighter shade, which is Warm Ivory, is not doing too good on my skin at the moment. It's a little bit light because I have a very neutral skin tone and I struggle to find like a true neutral. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. But I'm just applying with a proper beauty blender because I'm so converted to the original beauty blender now. I feel like they're just so much better quality. And this one, these neon ones I got were from the summer collection from them, so they kindly sent me over a few, but I liked them anyway. I've bought a bunch of them before. And then with the same beauty blender, I like to go in with another one of my favorite products, the Glacier Stretch Concealer. My favorite concealer. I've had this for months and like I feel like I've barely put a dent in it. Like there definitely is a dent in it. I think I've used about 50%, but for the amount I use this, like sometimes I use the beauty blender and this all over my face very lightly, and it literally can do my under eyes, it can do my face. It's a beautiful neutral shade also, and it's just, if I can't bring like foundation with me, I'll just do this and I can get away with doing my whole face. But it's really brightening, it's great for under the eyes, it's super hydrating. I do kind of get like dry under eyes. And again, if you want something that does a pretty good job at correcting but also looks really creamy and natural, this is your product, Stretch Concealer. I'm in the shade medium. So, oh my god, did you guys see? So one of my favorite YouTubers, H3H3 Productions, Ethan and Hila, they won their court case. They were sued for copyright infringement, but like completely wrongly. Like most of the videos on H3H3 Productions are like reaction videos, and they're so funny. Like honestly, if you want a good gag and something really different on YouTube, like a breath of fresh air, check out H3H3 and their other channel, Ethan and Hila, because they're so funny. I just wish the world was more like them. I feel like you can't say anything anymore without offending people, and I just feel like the world always needs a bit of humor. Like you can make a bit of humor out of the worst situation sometimes, and I feel like these days I have to cut out so much of myself in order to not offend people, because I am like a Libra. I don't like to get on people's bad side. I don't like to stir controversy. I'm really not comfortable with it. So seeing them just be them is so refreshing, because that's the kind of humor that I grew up with. Ethan reminds me so much of my best friend of 20 years back home, Robert. I go home back to Ireland quite often, and it's because of my friends and my family. They're hilarious. Such an effort with each other every time we get together, and it's really, I don't know, it's just really special. It makes me really happy, because you know, as you grow up you lose a lot of friends, but I've always had that core group. And next up, a little bit of primer on my eyes, good old Urban Decay primer potion. So yeah, a little secret that I've been holding in for like a week or two now is that I'm actually going back to Ireland next month for a little trip. Going back to London with an amazing brand, like amazing. Like when I found, like, what, I just can't believe they've even acknowledged me, but you guys are going to be super excited. I'm obviously going to vlog it. Super exciting. It's really special for me, and oh, I just can't wait for you guys to find out what brand it is, and hopefully you guys will be happy for me. I know you will be, because you're like the nicest group of subscribers ever. Time to put some color in my face, and surprising product of the month award goes to Chatty, which is a nail brand, but I never knew they had their own makeup line also. And I met with our press team before summertime, like just when summer was kicking in, and this was in the press release. It's the Palm Island bronzer. It's a completely matte bronzer. It's definitely on the warm terracotta side, I would say. But oh my god, I have been loving this so much. It was one of those products that really converted me back to powder for the time being. It's so pigmented, but it just blends beautifully on the skin. Like, so, like, I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm just gonna, it just really complements my skin tone. It's like really buildable, and it's 100% my favorite bronzer at the moment. It just blends seamlessly with everything, and I've always wanted that look where the contour and the bronzer kind of takes up a lot of the cheek, but at the same time looks really blended and smooth and not like clunky or chunky. So even though I'm flying into London with this brand for like 3 days, I'm actually flying from there to Ireland, and I'm gonna spend like just about a week with my family, and flew for my dog, who I'm super excited to see. Like, I still miss him so much. It's insane. The separation anxiety has not gone any easier. I literally printed photos of him yesterday. It's my Kevin Aquan sculpting powder in medium. Love this. It's very well used since I picked this up. I did a Space NK haul a little while back, and that was in it, and I adore it. So oh, by the way, this is also my favorite brush. This is like one of the few brushes that I take with me. I only take 2 face brushes with me anytime I go anywhere, and this is one of them. It's the Sigma Soft Angle Contour F23. Divine. It does bronzer, it does contour, blending, it's fluffy, it's dense enough but not too dense. Just a little bit on my jawline, because I don't have much of a jawline, so I like to like define what little I do have. Okay, so I went a little heavy on this side with the contour, so I'm going to use my powder. Again, another powder product that, you know, really shocked that I love. It's the Medium Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. I know this is a very widely you know, praised product, but it genuinely is the only powder that I found that just looks really natural on my slightly drier skin. And I also just use it as kind of like an eraser. It's like the finishing touch. I put it in my favorites video and I explained it's kind of like the finishing touch. It really just meshes everything in together, and sometimes I like to layer a little bit under my contour just so that my contour pops a bit more. And then I'm just gonna set everything else. It's just like a mini sponge, and I'm just gonna set under my eyes with that. You know what, I'm gonna break my routine a little bit and do my lips because I just can't, they just look so sad right now. So I'm gonna take a little bit of highlighter from my by 9 palette. This is the Dusky Rose by 9 palette from MAC, and I'm just gonna highlight my Cupid's bow a little bit, show it some love. Again, favorite sort of everyday lip liner. I go through millions of these. Number 7 Precision Lip, and this is in the shade Nude. And I feel like the number 7 products that I tend to like are the ones that Lisa Eldridge brought in when she was creative director. I feel like she really created some beautiful products with them. So this is sort of my lips shade, but better. I always feel like this is the most awkward part of a makeup tutorial, is the lip part, because you can't talk. Okay, onto my Dana Scully inspired eye makeup. Again, I'm using my Dusky Rose by 9 palette, and this is pretty much the only eyeshadow palette I take anytime I leave because it's just so handy. There's just so many useful shades. So my most used shade is for sure the middle. It's just this gorgeous pinky brown, rosy shade almost, and I feel like that slightly pinky undertone looks exactly like what she used to wear, and the whole 90s aspect of it is bringing it all over the lid and right up into the brows. You know, it's not too much darker than my skin tone, and then I also wing it out as far as I can, sort of in a V shape with my eyebrows. And I'm going to take it a little bit under as well, not too much, but obviously just want to connect it. Next up with the eyes, I'm going to go back to my contour powder and just take any kind of more flat, denser brush, and I'm just going to go over sort of my lids with these, so like my lower lid portion. So yeah, it's just a bit more of a cooler brown tone just on the lid. Oh my god, that guy with the damn vacuum, like, my building, like, nobody needs their stairs vacuumed, nobody. Oh, so I forgot to continue my whole point about going back to Ireland. Like I said, I'm going on, I think I'm finished with the brand on the 21st, and then I'm going from the 21st to the 27th of September, and the fun part is, guess who's coming with me? My boyfriend of 7 years, Cahill, is finally moving to New York with me. He's going to stay on a travel visa until Christmas. So on the ESTA you can stay up to 3 months, and we're going to go traveling, and you know, he'll help me do some shoots and stuff, which will be amazing for my content. And also while he's here, he's going to try and chat to some architecture firms to see if he can secure an internship for January. So hopefully Trump does not get rid of the J1 graduate program, because that will really F with our plans. Now that New York is finally quiet, my laptop's like about to take off to Mars, seriously. But they're just getting more and more expensive. Like the latest one I priced for everything that I need in it is nearly $3,000. $3,000. I could buy a car with $3,000. I could do so much with $3,000. I could probably go on a, like, traveling around the world for $3,000. That's not going to be fun. I'm kind of like, I've been trying to put it off, but this laptop really is on its last legs. I just replaced the hard drive for the 3rd time last week, so it's not doing so good. It's not doing so good. So I'm going to take this nice little pointy liner brush, but I'm going to use it to go back to my Dusky Rose palette. And I'm going to go mix these 2 dark brown shades. I'm just going to do like a smoky lined look along my outer lash line, just to like smoke it out a little bit, kind of change the shape of my eye a little bit, but it's still going to be really soft looking. Wing it out a little bit. I'll probably do a bit more blending in a minute, but I just feel like for the look I'm going for, This is sort of the best way to get it, because as soon as I touch black liner, it just loses that 90s feel. I like to do my brows before my mascara. I feel like my routine is, I hate doing tutorials, I feel like my routine is always really backwards and like not cohesive. But hey ho, that's how I do my makeup. I've also really been enjoying making vlog content for you lately. I used to do my, I suppose my weekly highlights every 2 weeks on YouTube. So I would do like 2 New York vlogs a month, like from my highlights of whatever I did that month. And you guys were asking for more of them, and it's not one of those things where, you know, I don't want to be too reliant on them, because I think people get a little bit addicted to vlogs, but I have been enjoying doing them weekly for you guys. Oh, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Ebony, by the way. It's just like a slightly lighter than black shade. I always struggle with this tail bit. I find it really hard to do. Regular video, like something like this a week, and then doing the vlogs also. I'm kind of including more just everyday boring stuff, because honestly, I really enjoy just seeing vloggers do everyday stuff, and I feel like when I do the highlights every 2 weeks, I'm cutting a lot to the exciting stuff, or, you know, there's not really much of my actual everyday life here in NYC when I'm just like, you know, hang around the house, or if I see something interesting and I want to talk about it, you know, it's not as personable. Next up, number 7, Lash and Brow Perfector. This is just like my go-to brow gel if I'm out of everything else, like Boy Brow or the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. And I kind of also use it to blend out my pencil, because as you can see, I broke off the spoolie from my Brow Wiz. You know, sometimes you don't realize how much you miss those spoolies till they're gone. But I'm just going to make them sort of bushy and messy. This eyebrow is a little crazy, this one over here, because I grew in a couple of extra hairs, and one is just a rebel and it just wants to grow in towards my other eyeball. Mascara is next. This is the Clarins, I don't even know what this is. This is just like their basic one. Don't love it, to be honest. I've just ordered 2 of my favorite ones. The one that I never stop talking about, the Shiseido Defining Volume, because honestly, Shiseido discontinued it, right? It's still available on some websites online, half price, hallelujah. So I just ordered some, but I've tried 4 mascaras since it's been discontinued. I tried 2 L'Oreal ones, this Clarins one, a different Shiseido one, and none of them are as good as the Defining Volume. Like, none of them. Like, this is pathetic compared to the volume and length I can usually get from a mascara. But the thing is, I just feel like I can't use them close to my root, because then it uncurls my eyelashes, which are very straight and very Asian. But next time I go back to Ireland, I'm definitely getting my LVL lash lift done again. Should I put on some falsies? Maybe I will. So I'm just going to apply these little outer corner lashes from Ardell. They're super lightweight, because I just feel like my outer lashes are a bit weak looking. They could look a little bit stronger. So see if these look any good. Okay, I think I'm game. What do you guys think? Okay, I think I'm going to leave the eyes at that. Hopefully I haven't ruined my 90s vibe. I usually don't add lashes. Lastly, my favorite NYX lip cream, Soft Matte Lip Cream. You guys always ask me what's on my lips in my vlogs. If I haven't mentioned it, it's more than likely this. It's just, the shade London is just my go-to. It's a very 90s shade. These are super comfortable to wear. And it's just like this lovely peachy nude shade. Lastly, I'm just going to run some BB Hairdresser's Invisible Oil through the ends of my hair, like the bits that are sort of like frizzy, just to keep them sort of a bit sleeker looking. So this is sort of my go-to bronzed, not too heavy on the eye makeup. It's sort of just my go-to at the moment, and I don't know, I really like it. Are you guys happy that I updated you on like my current makeup? I'm still not sure whether I should bother doing these videos for you guys anymore, but I enjoyed chatting anyway. I hope you enjoyed it too. As always, it makes me so happy to see what you guys have to say in the comment section below. So say hello to me there, and you can check out all my other social media, including Instagram, in the description below. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Mwah.